Let's take a trip back in time to 1942, where a man named Alex Osborne is about to ignite a spark that will forever change the landscape of creativity and innovation. Amidst the turmoil of World War II, Osborne, a visionary advertising executive, was on the hunt for ways to ignite creativity and innovation within his team. His solution? An avant-garde process he christened as brainstorming. Differing from traditional problem-solving techniques, brainstorming was less about finding an immediate resolution and more about cultivating a myriad of ideas, no matter how outlandish they might appear. By creating an open atmosphere, his team was encouraged to think freely and without fear of judgment. Osborne sowed the seeds for an environment where creativity could grow rampantly. The objective was to create a downpour of ideas, a tempest of thoughts, hence the term brainstorming. This process was not solely finding a solution to a problem, but about probing all possible routes, pushing the envelope, and breaking free from the chains of conventional thinking. And thus, the concept of brainstorming, as we know it today, was given life, forever changing the way scientists, inventors, and thinkers approach problem solving. Now let's discuss the fascinating psychology of brainstorming. Essentially, brainstorming is a psychological practice. It harnesses specific principles to boost creativity and innovation. Let's take a closer look at these principles. Firstly, there's the concept of suspending judgment. It's like hitting the pause button on our internal critic. This pause gives us the liberty to venture into the world of raw, uninhibited ideas, where explorations can occur without the fear of rejection or criticism. This temporary hold on judgment cultivates a safe and encouraging environment in which creativity can flourish. Next is the principle of encouraging wild ideas. This concept propels us past the confines of conventional thinking. Welcoming wild ideas means opening our minds to the extraordinary, the outlandish, and the downright bizarre. It's about pushing boundaries and challenging the norm. Often the most innovative ideas are hatched from what initially seems absurd or impossible. Following that, we have the principle building on others' ideas. This is where the charm of collaboration becomes evident. Picture it as an intellectual chain reaction. One person's idea ignites another idea in someone else, creating a ripple effect of ideas that can lead to a novel and creative solution. This is at the heart of synergistic thinking. Lastly, we have the notion of quantity over quality. The aim in brainstorming is to generate a vast number of ideas. It's all about the numbers. The more ideas you have, the higher the probability of discovering that one ingenious solution. In conclusion, brainstorming employs these psychological principles to cultivate a fertile environment for creativity and innovation. It's a process that encourages free-range thinking, supports the unconventional, promotes collaboration, and prioritizes the sheer volume of ideas. So it's not just about thinking, it's about thinking together, fostering a collaborative that's crucial for scientific and inventive breakthroughs. Brainstorming isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. There exist numerous modes of brainstorming, each carrying its unique advantages. Let's take a deep dive into the realm of brainstorming techniques. The inaugural one being traditional group brainstorming, which is the most widely recognized method. It involves a group of people coming together with everyone being motivated to freely express their thoughts. This method is most efficient when you have a diverse team with a myriad of perspectives. Following this, we have silent brainstorming, a technique that is perfect for introverts and those who lean towards quiet contemplation. Through silent brainstorming, each participant documents their ideas independently prior to sharing them with the group. This ensures that everyone's voice is acknowledged and stops the louder voices from taking over the discussion. Next in line is online brainstorming. In our progressively digital world, brainstorming is no longer confined to a physical space. Online brainstorming facilitates remote teams to work together. There are numerous digital tools available that aid this process, equipped with features like virtual whiteboards and instant editing. This method is especially effective for teams spread out geographically or when in-person gatherings are not viable. Lastly, we delve into role storming, an engaging technique where participants take on different roles or personas and generate ideas from these fresh perspectives. This method can lead to unconventional solutions and is effective when attempting to comprehend user experiences or when dealing with intricate issues that require varied viewpoints. Each of these techniques has its unique strengths and is best suited to different situations. Traditional group brainstorming encourages open dialogue. Silent brainstorming ensures all voices are heard. Online brainstorming facilitates remote collaboration, and role storming promotes creative thinking. Bear in mind, the secret to fruitful brainstorming isn't about choosing the best technique. It's about comprehending your team, the problem at hand, and choosing the method that best suits your requirements. In conclusion, the most effective technique is the one that works for your team and you. A successful brainstorming session commences long before the initial idea is voiced. Now let's immerse ourselves in the thrilling adventure of laying the groundwork for an effective brainstorming session. Much like a conductor poised to direct a grand symphony, your preliminary task is to compile a multifaceted team. The magic of brainstorming blooms from the fusion of disparate viewpoints and experiences. So aim to curate a group that embodies a spectrum of skills, origins, and thought processes. This diversity can ignite creativity and pave the way for more revolutionary solutions. Subsequently, lucidity is vital. Your squad should have a flawless comprehension of the issue to be solved. Framing the problem may seem straightforward, but it's frequently the stumbling block in several sessions. Eschew ambiguous or vast problems. Rather, strive for precise, tangible challenges that can be creatively addressed. A well-defined problem not only guides your team, but also demarcates the limits within which your teams can wander freely. Now visualize walking into a room saturated with unease and scrutiny. Would you be at ease sharing your most audacious ideas? Likely not. And that's why fostering a relaxed and accepting environment is critical. Implore your team members to leave their reservations at the door. Remember, in a brainstorming session, there are poor ideas. Every idea, regardless of how extravagant, could ignite the way to a stellar solution. Nurture space where everyone feels their contributions are valued. This can be realized by establishing ground rules that endorse respect and inclusivity. Advocate active listening, deter criticism, and ensure all voices are heard. Remember, the silent member of your team may be safeguarding a groundbreaking idea. Lastly, provide team with the necessary apparatus and resources. This may encompass a whiteboard for illustrating ideas, sticky notes for jotting down thoughts, or even digital tools for virtual brainstorming. The aim is to conceive a space where ideas can circulate uninhibitedly and be efficiently documented. Preparation is the magic key that unlocks the immense potential of a brainstorming session. So invest the time to get the setting right, and you'll be on the expressway to a symphony of ideas. Brainstorming doesn't just occur out of the blue. It requires a navigator, a facilitator. Your duty as a facilitator is paramount in directing the brainstorming session towards a worthwhile outcome. So let's delve into some potent strategies for managing a fruitful brainstorming session. Initially, spur participation from the entire team. It's pivotal to make sure everyone's input is considered. This can be accomplished by fostering an open and embracing environment where everyone feels assured to pitch their ideas, regardless of how extravagant they may appear. You can stimulate more reticent members by directly asking for their input, or by utilizing a round-robin system where everyone is given an opportunity to subsequently. You need to control overbearing personalities. At times, some individuals might overwhelm the discussion, inadvertently suppressing others' inputs. If this occurs, it's your task to subtly redirect the conversation towards a more equitable state. Motivate quieter participants to voice their ideas, and remind all that every concept holds value. Keeping the session concentrated and productive is another crucial facet of facilitation. Brainstorming sessions can easily meander off course. To hinder this, continuously refer back to the problem statement and remind everyone of the session's objective. A timer can be used to ensure the session remains on schedule and to avoid dwelling too long on a single idea. Moreover, a positive and high-spirited atmosphere is key. Inject humor, offer positive feedback, and induce a sense of enthusiasm about the problem-solving journey. This will assist in keeping energy levels elevated and spark innovative thought. Finally, make sure to record all the ideas put forth during the session. This documentation will be priceless when it comes to evaluating and ranking the ideas later. In conclusion, as a facilitator, your role isn't to come up with ideas, but to form an environment conducive for others to do so. You're there to spur participation, govern dynamics, preserve focus, and guarantee all ideas are documented. Keep in mind, a well-managed brainstorming session can reveal a goldmine of inventive solutions. As a facilitator, you're tasked with crafting an environment where ideas can surge unhindered and scientific and innovative breakthroughs can transpire. Every process has its challenges, and brainstorming is certainly no stranger to them. In every inventive endeavor, there are hurdles that could potentially stifle the generation of ideas. But fear not, these obstacles are not unconquerable. Let's delve into a few of these and explore ways to conquer them. First on the list is groupthink. This occurs when the need for agreement within a group results in a non-rational or dysfunctional decision. The group participants tend to echo each other to evade discord, even if differing ideas might be more advantageous. To battle this, it's crucial to foster diversity of perspective. Ensure all members of your team are at ease expressing their thoughts, no matter how unconventional they may appear. Then we address analysis paralysis. This arises when the dread of making an incorrect decision leads to overthinking, causing decision-making to come to a standstill. It's analogous to being trapped at an intersection, unable to choose a route. To vanquish this, designate a time limit for your brainstorming session. This induces a sense of urgency that promotes swift thinking and decision-making. Finally, let's the anchoring effect. This is a cognitive bias where a person relies excessively on an initial piece of information provided when making decisions. In brainstorming, this might imply that the first idea table dominates the rest of the session. To alleviate this, you can implement a strategy known as round robin. In this approach, each person in the group gets an opportunity to put forward an idea before any are deliberated. This guarantees a diverse range of ideas are evaluated. Remember, the objective of brainstorming is not merely to generate a multitude of ideas, but to cultivate an atmosphere that nurtures creativity. It's about constructing a safe haven where everyone's thoughts are appreciated and respected. By acknowledging and tackling these challenges, you can guarantee your brainstorming sessions are effective and yield productive outcomes. Brainstorming is only the foundation. The significant work kicks off when you initiate the transformation of those concepts into actuality. So, you've navigated a fruitful brainstorming gathering, and you're currently awash in a flood of ideas. What's the succeeding move? It's time to make your way across this flood to locate the most promising ideas and convert them into executable plans. The first challenge is assessing the ideas. It's vital to acknowledge that not all ideas are formulated equal, so objectively evaluating them is crucial. Consider the feasibility of the idea, its potential influence, and the resources it necessitates. Some concepts may be ingenious yet improbable, while others may be uncomplicated to execute but offer marginal benefit. Strive a balance of practicability and impact. Then comes the tricky phase, giving precedence. It's probable that you'll have more ideas than you can realistically put into action, so you'll have to resolve which ones to undertake first. The impact-effort matrix is one efficient approach, plotting ideas based on their potential influence and the endeavor required to realize them. Concepts that are high in impact and low in effort are the golden opportunities, while those that are low impact and high effort might be relegated. Once you've ordered your ideas, it's the moment to convert them into action. Launch by decomposing each idea into executable assignments. This process, referred to as action planning, delineates the precise steps necessary to bring the idea to fruition, the resources demanded, and the timeline for completion. It's a guide that navigates you from the inception to the endpoint, but bear in mind plans are not immutable. Be flexible and prepared to adjust as scenarios alter. Track your progress and don't hesitate to shift direction if an idea isn't evolving as predicted. It's all a part of the journey. And lastly, don't overlook to acknowledge small triumphs along the path. Celebrating progress, irrespective of its size, can raise spirits and maintain the momentum. After all, brainstorming and action planning are as much about the voyage as they are about the target. Bear in mind, a concept is only as worthy as the action it incites. So let's make strides and breathe life into those exceptional ideas, driving scientific and inventive progress. So, we've embarked on a voyage through the realm of brainstorming, but what have we gleaned? Studied the inception of brainstorming, tracing its lineage back to the 1940s, and the ingenious mind of Alex Osborne. We've comprehended that the principal objective of brainstorming is to proliferate a plethora of ideas intended to resolve a specific issue. We've plunged into the psychology underpinning brainstorming, unearthing how withholding judgment, fostering extravagant ideas, and expanding on the notions of others can cultivate a creative and innovative hotspot. Discovered an array of brainstorming methods from conventional group brainstorming to the more modern online brainstorming, each offering its unique advantages and ideal circumstances. We've deliberated on how to prime the scene for successful brainstorming, underscoring the significance of a diverse team, a precisely identified issue, and an inviting, comfortable environment that promotes participation. We've imparted advice on conducting an efficient brainstorming session, underlining the necessity to encourage participation from all individuals, regulate dominant personalities, and maintain the session targeted and productive. We've addressed the prevalent setbacks in brainstorming sessions, such as groupthink, analysis paralysis, and the anchoring effect, proposing strategies to surmount these obstacles. We've transitioned from ideation to implementation, delving into techniques for assessing and prioritizing ideas and transforming the finest ones into feasible plans. We've also brushed upon the digital evolution of brainstorming, centering on how technology has paved new paths for remote brainstorming sessions and enhanced the entire process. Throughout our voyage, we've witnessed actual examples of successful brainstorming sessions across a variety of industries, demonstrating how distinct issues were resolved through imaginative ideation processes. Lastly, we've provided guidance on how individuals can utilize brainstorming techniques independently, employing tools like personal mind mapping or solo brainstorming apps to originate solutions to personal or professional hurdles. Essentially, we've learned that brainstorming, when executed correctly, can be an incredibly potent instrument for problem solving. It's not merely about the volume of ideas generated, but also about the quality of the communal thinking process. The prowess of brainstorming resides not just in the volume of ideas, but in the quality of the collective cognitive process.